Welcome to Wisdom's Peaceful Harmony. I'm Dr. Lynette Wiest. I'm a clinical psychologist, and this video is about maintaining focus in your communication and in your connection with another person or people. It is really, really important to make sure that you maintain your focus so that you can have the purpose and the impact in the exchange that you want to have. So how do you do this? Well, you want to know your goal, your intent, and your purpose for the interaction. And although this knowledge might not be verbally stated, it's really very important that both parties know a common focus for the exchange. Without this focus, the communication can get frustrating, confusing, or misunderstood. So I want to share some signs of a vague or an unfocused communication. So some of these would be, first, lacking clarity about what you or the other person is saying. If this happens, ask questions of yourself or the other person. Another sign of vagueness is going off track from the purpose or the point of the communication. Another sign of vagueness is talking about more than one issue or topic at a time. Another sign is attempting to problem solve while emotional pain is being expressed. It's very important to separate a problem-solving discussion from an emotional expression discussion. You want to be sure that emotions are validated, or at least that they're heard, hopefully validated. You don't have to agree with the emotion being the best emotion, but is the other person's emotion, or it is your emotion, so it's valid. The emotional expression, you don't want that happening at the same time that you're trying to problem solve. Otherwise, you'll lose sight of which one you're working on, and you can't do both at the same time. So really try to, if emotional needs are expressing themselves, address those and then get back to the problem solving at hand. So stay focused. Next, attack the problem, but don't attack the other person. So be sure that you are defining the problem and addressing the problem. If you're defining the other person as the problem, then you're just blaming the other person. So make sure that you are identifying the problem and resolving the problem. A person is not a problem in and of themselves. Again, identify the actual problem. Another sign of a vague connection is bringing up past problems. So if this is happening, recognize that there may be some unresolved issues that need to be addressed, and then table those and get back to the actual problem at hand that you're trying to resolve. Or very consciously, both parties shift into solving one of the past problems and then come back on purpose to the current issue that you're discussing. Another sign of vagueness or a lack of clarity is trying to win. Don't try to win in the exchange, because that's not cooperation, that's competition. It's not a healthy connection. It is for something entirely different. When you're just trying to communicate, you want to try to be heard and try to hear the other person. It's an exchange, it's not a competition. And then lastly, a sign of a lack of focus or lack of clarity is jumping to conclusions. You're probably going to be wrong if you're jumping to conclusions, and you don't want to be wrong. Now, be flexible enough to make communication adjustments for increasing the focus. So if you need to shift from one of these vague issues that's happening back to a clearer focus, be flexible and do that. Identify what's going on and come back to the actual focus of the communication. This will bring more efficiency, more clarity, and more understanding. And in this way, problems can be resolved and relationships healed. And so keep in mind, be clear and specific about what you want to say. When you're speaking, stay focused on what you want to say and what your point is. And then if you get off track, there are a couple of tools, well, there are many tools that you can use. A couple of very powerful tools, communication tools, are iMessages and reflective listening. So these are two tools that can help you get back on track and be focused. These are both very in-depth ideas, and I will do videos, future videos that will address the iMessages and also that will address reflective listening. If you want more information about what I've shared in this video, or if you want more information right away about iMessages or reflective listening, please visit the website www.wisdoms, that's wisdoms with an S on the end, wisdomspeacefulharmony.guru. And please remember what Rumi says, that what was said to the rose that made it open was said to me here in my chest. In other words, you let your words say to somebody what it is that will open their heart.